No need for you to be wearing your coat. Take it off.
Your school days. Love them?
I was wondering about black hole formation because I was laying in bed last night and I started thinking about how 99% of everything is empty space.
Yeah, I don't like to dwell on that because that's quite worrying.
Or loathe them?
We know diameter is circumference divided by pi. 4 plus
What
3
is
plus
pi?
3, which is 10.
Where did it come from?
You never forget them.
All right, clear off, scumbags.
At this school in Essex, 160 students are in their final and most important year, and their head teacher has grand ambitions.
The mantra that we use is nobody leaves without enough qualifications to make the next step in their life.
But that's easier said than done.
Sir, I feel like crying for no reason. Is that normal?
What, at your age, yeah.
They're teenagers.
Oh my God!
Emotional.
In the nicest possible way, it's a girl.
Excitable.
It's the laughing. Always laughing.
And a constant challenge.
You will never, ever come up against people who are as calm and patient as we are for the rest of your life.
How does he do? You are such a bugger.
This series reveals what life is really like in a modern secondary school.
Feeling bruised?
For the teachers.
We are trying to deliver you a future.
I think we have a responsibility to give them the right chances.
You have no idea how much I like teaching you. You have no idea.
And today's kids at the very start of adult life.
How you do this year will determine what path you take in life.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, "Won't see another one."
I love my job, and every day is different. I love the interaction with the kids. I love the fact that you can see them making progress. There's nothing to match it, nothing to touch it.
Dreamed about you. Happy Christmas. I love you, baby.
Stephen Drew has been the school's deputy head for the last 3 years.
All our dreams come true. Dum, 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 dum.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the windows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you
First took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve. You promised me Broadway was waiting for me.
Your boys of the airline kitty choir was
Come in!
and the bells are ringing out for
Yes. Mr. King? Oh, I thought he was there. That shows how much I'm concentrating. I'm too busy singing. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adam.
Steve is so integral to the school, to me being a head. I would be half as good a head without him, without a shadow of a doubt.
Hello, Jordan. Hello, Lee. Lee? I am disturbed by the sight of your footwear every single day when I see it.
He is who he is. This little Sergeant Major character which the kids see is exactly what he is. You know, he's one of those people who lives life really quickly and talks really quickly and walks really quickly.
Do you hear now?
How does he do? You are such a bugger. How? I was going to say, how do you do this? You've gone out the window or something. No.
As Mr. Goddard's deputy, Mr. Drew is in charge of discipline and enforcing the rules.
Vic needs somebody who is going to deliver his vision
And I think sometimes he needs somebody who is slightly kind of, sort of uber focused on everything and is very kind of obsessive about it, who will just then make the things that he wants actually happen as a reality.
You may have your phone, you may put your hoodie up at the end of the day.
For Mr. Drew, reality starts at 8:40 every morning.
Excuse me, young person, come here. Just in case for some reason you have been unable to understand a very, very clear rule of the school that you attend, we do not wear hoodies at this school, so do not do so. You may pick your hoodie up from me at the end of the school day. You appear to have used your hoodie in order to cover up the fact that you have chosen not to do your top button up. Come here. You may go, you may go. You are inside the building. There is no need for you to wear that dead animal. You may have your jacket from me at break and lunch and the end of school each day so as to avoid the ongoing constant conflict that exists over you wearing it in the corridors.
As deputy head, my kind of role is the gatekeeper, is the person who is maintaining the standards and the discipline, is the one who's having most of those very difficult conversations. If you step towards him and try and physically attack him, I will restrain you.
I don't give a shit.
I know you don't. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me!
What?
I have told you not to speak.
He's a bigger bullshitter than me.
I've told you not to speak.
I always thought Mr. Drew, because that everyone does, he is an evil overlord who will completely incinerate you if you annoy him.
Put your report back on my desk.
Thank you very much.
But when I actually had him as history teacher, it's one of him, he's actually quite fun. He's completely insane.
Mr. Drew can be a legend, but then when he wants to be, he can be really annoying.
I give you credit for your ingenuity and your ability to get around systems. And although you're probably one step ahead of me, please bear in mind I am always standing right behind you, catching up. And as I catch up, I deal with it. I don't think you're a bad person, Michael, but on this occasion you've been caught, so just accept it, yeah? Michael, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure I will speak to you again at some point, hopefully in more positive circumstances.
At the end of the day, I am going to be the brick wall. I am going to be the brick wall. What you want to do is on the other side of the brick wall, and I'm afraid to say I am the brick wall, and you are not going past. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, I'll explain it to you.
No, because he didn't say I had a break detention.
Stop.
No, because he didn't say I had a break
Stop.
detention, so why should I do
Stop.
detention when I shouldn't even have one?
Stop.
No, because I'm right.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Stop. Thank you.
Being sent to Mr. Drew is often the last resort for pupil discipline.
You have 10 minutes to serve at lunchtime because you have a cross on your report for your attitude during this lesson.
Since Charlotte started in her final year, she's become a regular visitor to the deputy head's office.
Charlotte has become increasingly challenging as time has gone by, but has moved to a whole new level as we've moved to kind of the end of year 10, start of year 11, to the point where there have been times when she has just been completely uncontrollable and outrageous in her behaviour.
All teachers think they're right. That's what does my head in. And I was trying to explain to Mr. Drew the other day that he's not always right. And his voice just goes in through one ear and out through the other, and I tell him all the time, but he still goes on.
You will now decide whether or not you wish that to happen. If you don't wish it to happen, then you will refuse to do the 20 minutes at lunchtime. You will walk off from me, and you will then be in a whole load more trouble. Or you will decide to do the right thing. There is no more need for us to have a conversation.
Yeah, there is.
Go and sit down.
No,
Go and sit down.
Because why should I do another 10 minutes?
Go
which
and
I
sit
don't have
down.
To do?
Go and sit down.
No.
Go and sit down.
No, you get to talk to her, can't I?
Go and sit down. One of the things that is different today is that the boundaries between adults and young people aren't as secure, aren't as solid as they were in the past. You are not sitting properly on the chair. If you do not sit with all four legs on the floor, I will take the chair away from you.
I'll sit on the floor. Won't bother me.
A lot of young people do seem to quite struggle with the concept of boundaries. The word no. It is quite clear that some young people just do not understand the word no. Nobody ever tells me in my life I can't do anything. My parents never stop me doing anything. Why is the answer no? And that is something I think that is increasingly difficult with some young people, where they are being failed. They're being failed by their parents. They're being failed by society because they're not learning the idea of no.
Come on, sir.
Excuse me, Charlotte, I will come when I'm ready. Please don't start telling me what to do.
Well, I'm standing there like a lemon doing nothing.
But if you want to make someone like Charlotte succeed, you've got to give a bit of yourself. You've got to be prepared to let that boundary be broken down. And if you can build out that relationship with that young person, make them trust you and make them believe that at the end of the day you have their best interests at heart and that whatever they do, tomorrow is another day. To be honest with you, 5 minutes' time is another day.
I do not wish to experience your unpleasantness, so do not make me experience it.
All right.
Am I amused?
He's laughing at me.
Am I amused?
I don't know, are you?
Am I amused?
I don't know, are you?
Well, you think about it. Am I amused?
I don't know, are you?
Do you think I'm amused?
Maybe.
Okay, we're doing this until you give the correct answer. Will I be amused?
I don't know, because I'm not you.
Do you think I'll be amused? Have a guess, Charlotte. Do you think
That's
I'll
what
be
I'm saying,
amused?
maybe. I don't know.
Do you think I will be amused?
Oh my God.
Do you think I'll be amused?
I can't stop
Do you think I'll be
laughing.
amused?
So, in the 1890s, along comes this bloke called Baring. Baring was a follower of Koch, so therefore Baring used... Jesus. So mature Sam. While Gabby can hardly control herself. The German scientist bloke taught...
Before becoming deputy head, Mr. Drew was a history teacher. It's a lesson he still teaches for 2 hours a week.
Oh, God. Actually, that's not bad, to be honest, because that is the third lesson running that I've said cock out loud in a very strong way, and that's the first time any of you have actually...
every time you say it.
Without wishing to sound kind of flippant about it, a teacher has to entertain. Because at the end of the day, I think of like the history lesson I've done this week where we're talking about a 19th century cartoon from Punch about cholera, a waterborne public health disease, and you're spending 40 minutes talking about this cartoon from 180 years ago with a bunch of 16-year-olds. I mean, you know, if you look at it like that, dull, I'm just not interested. Now, they chose history. And I've seen people do these things and it just becomes so dull. But to me, teaching has got to be about making young people want to learn and letting them learn.
Oh, I'm dying, I've got cholera, it's really, really awful. Oh, I know, I'll come and stay in this nice hotel right in the middle where you lot all live, and then I'll urinate and defecate all over the floor so all my germs and bacteria get out. But don't worry, because when that goes into the ground, the water will leach right into your drinking water and then you can drink all my waste. So why would lodgings for travellers be a problem for public health?
So I thought history was going to be quite easy. It's going to be about Nazis, Germany and all of that. But no, but all this medicine, the only medicine I knew about was paracetamol and Calpol.
Chadwick has evidence. What evidence can Chadwick give you that poor living conditions make you die?
Dirty water.
No, Look at the graph. Look at the graph. Look at the graph.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too.
Happy birthday, Mr. Drew. Just have 5 minutes of happy birthday time.
Well, still going to work.
No.
He's such a grum.
Happy birthday time, sir.
Thank you very much. You're very kind. Thank you.
Have you all been nice this lesson?
They've been lovely. They always are lovely. But the highlight of my day is my hour with my history class. That is the highlight of my day. You have no idea how much I like teaching you. You have no idea.
Mr. Drew's amazing. He's probably one of the best teachers in this school. The way that he just teaches and it gets stuck in your head so quickly. He's just such a good teacher.
If I am a wealthy taxpayer in the 1840s, I don't want to pay for you poor people to have anything. And you're poor because you have too many children, you drink too much, you gamble too much, you smoke too much, and you don't work hard enough. Because you don't know about what?
Germs.
OK, that's it. Right. Can you please make sure that sheet's in your book?
I haven't got a book, sir.
Unless you're Tom Tamfield, then you've lost your book. Morning, miss.
Morning, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Mr. Drew. Lauren, say happy birthday to Mr. Drew.
Happy birthday, Mr. Drew. Happy birthday.
Can you remember why you wanted to become a teacher?
No. No. If you'd asked me when I was 16 when I was a teacher, no. If you'd asked me why I made I was going to be a teacher, no. If you'd asked me in my first or second year of university, no. I had no great desire at all. And I think as I went for my third year of university, looked around at other things I could do, I enjoyed my subject history, I enjoyed what I did, and I think I just spoke to other people who'd done it already and thought, you know, actually, yeah, I could quite do that.
Because I don't throw like that. I throw properly. Go to my office. Go to my office. It's just nonsense, isn't it? It's just nonsense. You're not man enough to do it from a distance. You come and stand there.
Oh, yeah. I want to win, I want to win. It didn't snap.
Yes, sir.
You're allowing them to do this?
Yeah?
Why? Why?
Because it makes them happy.
Yes, but now this means that every time a member of staff comes out, they're going to throw snowballs at them.
Oh! Snowballs down! Bell's got lesson time! Playtime's over, learning time started!
What were you like at school?
I was absolutely fantastically, beautifully, wonderfully behaved. No. I think that I was somebody for whom school was an entertainment and a challenge, and I think that I just decided I didn't want to be good, really. I don't think, actually that's probably even unfair to myself. I don't think I particularly decided, I don't think I really thought about it.
Stop it! Don't.
And also
Don't.
the lady who was reviewing the
Oh
no! Well, that bloody serves you right. Go on.
You will never, ever be able to do that.
Oh,
No,
do
just leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him. That's him silent until it's done.
That's going to kill you.
I think the way in which I would describe it is, if I had to deal with myself at 14 or 15 years old, I think I would be getting rid of myself on a very regular basis. I'd be calling my parents on a regular basis, and I'd have me on report, and I'd have me on everything else for the whole time, because I just thought I knew it all, knew all the answers, and just wasn't interested, and that was it, and never knew when to stop. Some people would say I've never changed.
Anything else, anybody? No? Thank you for this half term. It's been bloody hard work, I have to say. This is probably one of our toughest half terms I've had. I don't know about you lot. But the hardcore kids we've got are really fairly hardcore at the moment.
So time consuming.
They are massively time consuming.
I think, like most Year 11s, the vast majority of them just get on with it and just do it and will do really well. I think that there are just a few more who are perhaps more challenging than maybe last year, but not necessarily more challenging than we've had in the past. But I also think we just get better at keeping going with them.
Go on then, tell me a bit about your behaviour.
What about it?
Hello, where are you?
Despite numerous visits to Mr. Drew's office, Charlotte's behaviour has not improved.
Well, you're not even left yet.
Her obsession with her mobile phone is becoming a flashpoint with staff.
Where are you?
I think mobile phones are one of the biggest disasters in the modern education system that exists. Absolute disaster in every possible way. They are incapable, lots of young people, of coping with the possession of a mobile phone and doing their education. Completely incapable.
Dina's got, oh, safe mate. Ashley's got, why did I agree to this? Because she's gone and done that thing.
If they do anything in a lesson whatsoever, they're confiscated. There's no grey areas on that. If the phone beeps because the battery's going low, it will be confiscated.
Okay, phone and phone now.
Phone,
From there and there.
It wasn't my phone.
It was.
It weren't.
It was.
My phone's in here.
What was it then? I want to hear.
It weren't my phone!
Don't shout. Mason.
Jesus.
Shut up. I'm not going down this road again.
Well, I am.
I want your phone.
You ain't having my phone.
Charlotte, I'm not going to go through this again.
But you ain't having my phone. If you want my
had it
phone, I'm
out.
going.
Have you always been like that?
Oh.
Seriously?
No, I actually ain't. Dunno. Year 10, I think. No, year 7 and 8, I weren't that bad, but I was bad. But in year 9, I was worse, and in year 10, I was worse, and in year 11, I was worser. No, is that a word?
You see this? You see, look at my fingers. You see this?
Mm.
All right, now look at me.
I really look.
No, I want you to look at me. Keep looking at me. Look at me.
What?
This was how much patience I had for you on Monday. And this is about now, okay?
Mm.
So do you often end up being isolated?
Yeah.
Like your phone again?
she is, this very intelligent young person. She is somebody who is unable to make the right decision, who wants to express herself, all the rest of it. But actually, sometimes as an adult and as the teacher, you've got to be able to stand there and say, do you know something, actually, you need to stop. Because if you don't stop, and if I don't stop you, and if I don't sort of battle you, and I don't stand there and stop you from doing it, you will make a disaster of your life. Shall I tell you something about your life? Shall I tell you something? In your life, you will never, ever come up against people who are as calm and patient as we are for the rest of your life. So I suggest that you, at the moment, are simply reinforcing the view that people have of you, which is where people actually say to me on a regular basis, why do you bother? And I spend my whole time telling people, because she's worth it, because she will do well, because actually deep down there's a nice, decent young person trying to get out. Yeah, your attitude is disgusting.
Is that the battle, I suppose, for them to accept what you think is acceptable that is different from what they think is acceptable?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Battle's an interesting word.
I am therefore...
You think about a battle, if you're a sort of military historian and you're studying a battle, battles aren't always 24 hours a day, complete head-on charging into each other. Sometimes battles are actually about planning. Sometimes battles are actually about periods of lull, periods of quiet, and then periods of intensity. So I think battle probably is a good word, but it shouldn't be taken to mean it's a fight the whole time.
Give me last week's report. Please do not have left it behind or not got it signed, OK? You've got GCSEs to do, BTECs to do, and any other Uncle Tom Cobley exam under the sun, so...
Charlotte's been on report for the last month. With some improvement in her behaviour, she's been handed back to her form tutor.
Right, from tomorrow morning you are going to go and register with Miss Emilianova. Now, is registering with Miss Emilianova any kind of problem?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
she annoys you the moment she enters the room. Her breathing annoys you, her face annoys you.
No, she just has a go at me all the time.
I have a go at you and you don't seem to be annoyed. Mr. Goddard has a go at you and you don't seem to be annoyed.
Yeah, but it's not that. You have a go at me for a reason that I've done something wrong.
So Miss Emilianova has a go at you and you don't think she should, so what do we do, Charlotte?
Have a go at her back.
I'll give you a suggestion for how we're going to deal with Miss Emilianova, OK? Miss Emilianova has a go at you and you say, OK, miss, I'm sorry that thing happened.
Yeah, but what if it weren't me?
No, stop. Listen. Is that, OK, miss, I'm sorry I did it?
No.
Is that, quite frankly, miss, it weren't me?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we could try that one?
Yeah.
What is it today? The 9th?
The 8th, sir. Don't age me prematurely.
We've got a new strategy for Miss Emilianova. Charlotte's going back to register with Miss Emilianova, but every time Miss Emilianova says something to her, she argues with her. So this week's strategy for Miss Emilianova is, when Miss Emilianova has a go at Charlotte, Charlotte is going to say, I'm really sorry that thing happened, miss. Yeah? And we've discussed how that isn't actually apologising for it,
Depersonalising
but
the
just says,
apology.
I'm sorry that the incident happened.
Oh, that's so politician-like, isn't it? It is regrettable. Try that one.
Indeed. It is no, no. Don't say it is regrettable, Charlotte. Say, miss, I'm really sorry that thing happened. OK? That will be this week's strategy, OK?
All right.
Off you go.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Most students will respond eventually to Mr. Drew's advice, but not all. Some are so disruptive, they test the school to its limit.
Okay, stop. Stop, because you are 15 or 16 years old. I am 38 years old.
Look, anyway, I'm talking.
No, you will talk when I tell you you can. At the moment, you won't.
I'm not a dog. I'm looking whenever you want.
Yes. Yes.
The most difficult students are given what's called a fixed-term exclusion, meaning that they're suspended from school for up to a week.
I'm looking to exclude between 3 and 5 days, to be honest. Okay. Because I think, it needs to be that very, very clear and stark message.
But if these measures fail, schools can permanently exclude a child. For Mr. Drew, though, expelling a student isn't the solution. When I was at school, there was always that fear of being expelled. So if the school strives for no permanent exclusions, then there isn't that fear in the students. So ultimately, they're always going to win.
No. Yeah, of course they can. I want them to win.
but I want them to win. I don't want them to lose. Permanent exclusion is wrong. Wrong. Morally wrong. If I permanently exclude you from this school, you are significantly more likely to be involved in criminal activity, you are more likely to go to prison, you are more likely to fail your qualifications, you are more likely to not succeed. So that's wrong.
I tell you what, becoming a no-fail organisation is not easy, is it? It's going to kill us en route. Well, you a lot, to be honest. And then when he explodes, you'll be covered in body parts and detritus and other stuff that's flying around.
So I tell you what I worry about all the time, right? So I tell you what really, really worries me, doing like a Channel 4 thing, is that people watch it and they just think we're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Do you know?
Just kick her out.
And the nice people go, oh, how hard they're working, how hard they're trying, all the rest of it. And then, bloody hell, Michael Gove stands up at the House of Commons and is asked, have you seen what that deputy... Yeah, man's an idiot.
Yeah, kick her
He's running,
out.
just kick her out. This is not what we want in the British education system. That school is the cause of the problem. That's the main thing I worry about with this documentary, is that we do everything that our colleagues in education will think is fantastic, great, and all our kind of social, all the rest of it will think is great. And the greater public watch it and just think, you're a bunch of fucking idiots.
I know.
What do they have to say to you in order for you to get rid of them? No wonder you have such discipline problems. You're all spineless.
Little donkey on the dusty road. Gotta keep on plodding onwards with your precious load. Ring out those bells.
It's almost the end of term, and the heavy snow is causing problems for the senior leadership team.
Joe, do you have anything you wish to add to this meeting?
I think you should have lots. Stop Stephen talking, because he's
I
on
agree.
one this morning.
He's asking.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, I have remembered something I want to say. I think that on Friday morning, on Friday when they line up for the exams, that they shouldn't line up outside because it's too cold, and we ought to get them to gather in the gym and then send them from the gym to the sports hall.
I agree.
Unfortunately, I have had a number of conversations with parents whose hoodies and such like I have confiscated in the last few days. I've had one particular parent who just basically said, well, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, my child not being freezing cold is more important than your uniform, and you are just inhumane.
Said the king to the people everywhere. Listen to what I say.
Take the jumper off and give it to me.
It's going to be cold in the hall.
Take the jumper off and give it to me. Thank you very much. Now go and do your exam.
Even in the festive season, the school maintain their high standards when it comes to uniform.
Sweet. Hold on. You're dressed appropriately. You're not dressed appropriately. Right then, gentlemen, let us move on.
We have very high standards around certain things, you know, and uniform is one of those things where we have a different stance to lots of the other schools in the town. For the community we serve, they have a lot of inconsistency in their life. You know, mum and dad are both working hard, they're looking after themselves, or single parents or whatever. There's a lot of variation in their lives, which is stressful. You know, change is stressful, inconsistency is stressful. And I think they just found it was consistent.
Lovely, Connor. You look stunning.
We expect things to be good. We're very intense on attendance. We're very intense on standards generally. So if you choose to be very intense on these things in order to allow the young people to have the best opportunity they can, then you have to accept that things are going to be fairly relentless.
It's 8:15 on Wednesday morning, and for Mr. Drew, a rule-breaking red hoodie is about to turn his day upside down.
OK, stop. And take it off before you come any further, because I know that it has been a source of great conflict over the last few days. So we'd like to start the day, wouldn't we, Carmelita, without conflict? Yes? All right. Shall we start with conflict? No, exactly. So let's not start with conflict. Don't tell me to shush.
She's one of the most challenging young people that we've ever had. Definitely one of the most challenging young people we've ever had, by a long way. Because she has that attitude that I always say that young people have.
Once a young person decides they don't care, and they don't care what you do, you're stuffed. Good. You may have it at break time. Thank you. No, you may have it at break time. Right, then we shall start the day by walking around the school together.
Go away.
No, I won't go away.
He can be alright sometimes. You can have a laugh with him, but when you're like annoyed and he comes up to you and you just, I think it's the way he talks as well. He talks like proper sarcastic.
So pleased that we're starting the day with conflict, which Carmelita has now chosen.
So how to describe him? He's just like something that won't go away.
That deep down, just at the moment buried so deep, there's this really kind, caring person. She just can't find it.
Oh dear, now you're excluded. OK, that solves that problem. Well, Carmelita, it's entirely up to you, because after I've been to my meeting, I will be phoning your mother to inform her that you're excluded. So that's not a very start to the day, is it? Well, if that's your choice in the matter, yes.
The penalty for swearing at a teacher is a one-day exclusion.
So, yes. OK, your choice. It's a lovely hat, but we don't need to wear it.
Oh, it's Christmas, sir.
I don't care. Where's your tie?
In my pocket.
Then let's do all of the uniform things, shall we, Dean? OK, nobody else is allowed to exclude anyone today, because I've already
You excluded me, Steve.
excluded...
You excluded someone before we even started the day.
Yes, that'd be Carmelita, because she had her hoodie on, so I said, how about we avoid conflicts and how about we solve the problem when you give me the hoodie?
Nice.
No, you can just
Nice
piss
line.
off. I said, well, there we go, Carmelita. She said, should I go home now? I said, well, that appears to be the choice that you've made, Carmelita, doesn't it? So I shall ring your mum when I have a moment. Thank you very much.
Can we just keep her off till January now then?
I like her. She's one of my favourites.
OK, brilliant, Russell. Then you ring her mum and say, unfortunately, Mr Drew has deliberately caused your daughter to swear at him, but I don't want to exclude her. I'd like her to stay in school and do an English at GCSE with me.
Hi, it's Russell King, Assistant Head of Passports. Basically, I'm calling on behalf of Mr Drew because he met Carmelita before school started today and asked her to take off her hoodie because she was indoors. And Carmelita basically refused. He ended up following her around the school and asking her. Oh, sorry, no. So Mr Drew just tapped me on the shoulder and corrected me on that, sorry. This then kind of turned into a protracted period of Mr Drew following her around. Eventually, she just told Mr Drew to piss off. Mr Drew, she's just told her mum that you pulled her by her shoulder.
She can say whatever she wishes to say. At no point whatsoever were I within 2 metres of her.
Hi. I did hear that. Mr Drew, I just relayed that to Mr Drew as well, and he said that at no point was he within even 2 metres of her, so he categorically denies that accusation. I was calling to because Mr Drew's initial instinct was to exclude Carmelita for what she's done, and I said, well, hold on a minute, Mr Drew. I've got quite a good relationship with Carmelita. She did a lot of good work for me earlier in the term. However, now that I've heard Carmelita lying about Mr Drew, and I'm sorry, are you accusing me of that, please? Right, that's the end of this conversation. Goodbye. That's horrifically rude. I absolutely refuse to have anything to do with that woman. She accused me of licking your backside. I feel horrendously insulted by this, and I require the head teacher to now take this up on my behalf.
School rules dictate that any accusation of assault must be dealt with immediately by Mr Goddard.
My job as a head, the first and most important thing is to keep people safe. It strikes at the core of what school's about. You know, parents choose schools because they trust them to do the right thing for their young person. And the very, very worst thing you can do is to put them in an unsafe situation with somebody who's supposed to be trusted.
She's got this red hoodie that she wears all the time.
Yeah.
And if you tell her to take it off,
Yeah.
she either argues and takes it off or does it. But the moment your back's turned, she puts it back on again.
Right.
She told me to shut up, get lost, and all the rest of it. And she said, well, you can just piss off because I don't want to talk to you about it. I said, fine. In that case, then, you'll be excluded for swearing at me. So she then says to Mum, Mr Drew grabbed hold of my shoulder. To which my Russell said to her, Mum, clearly Carmelita has now not only sworn but has also made an accusation of assault against a member of staff.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Carmelita, come in, please.
Well, tell me what's happened today.
I walked in
Yeah.
and then he was just like kept on coming near me, so like saying, I'll take your place. I was like, no, I don't want you to. And he just kept on carrying on speaking. I was just like touching my shoulder and that, like trying to bring me back to get my jacket. I was like, get off.
Where did that happen?
Outside toilets.
Obviously, I need to look on the CCTV footage for that because I take members of staff assaulting students really seriously. And the accusation you've made is that he assaulted you, according to your mum.
Well, at least I've admitted that I told him to piss off because it was.
I'm asking you what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. Have I got member of staff that's a danger to young people who can't control himself? In which case, I'd need to suspend him, wouldn't I? Can you come and show me where Mr. Drew made contact with you so I can go and check the CCTV footage, please? So the initial conversation happened sort of down the tech corridor, is that right?
It started at this.
Sort of down the end there, yeah?
There. He went like that and his hand was going towards my shoulder. I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, come back in. And then I turned around and he's just like got his arm out and I was like, what are you doing? I was just like,
Well, no, so I've got his arm out or grabbed you or made contact. You need to give me exactly what happened because obviously I've got a camera there which will see it quite clearly and a camera at the far end that will see it quite clearly. So
that little red thing.
No, the black circle, that black circle there and that black circle up there.
Yeah, because obviously that was locked at the time. And then I turned around and he's got his arm out and he went like that. He was just like, swiped it down and I went, sir, what are you doing?
So he did or he didn't make contact?
Yeah, he went like that.
Right.
And I was just like, sir, what are you doing? And he goes, you need to give me your jacket back now. And I was just like, oh, and I just pissed off and then I walked away.
For the pupils' and the staff's protection, the school has its own network of CCTV cameras.
Hiya, mate. Can I review something on the CCTV camera? It's a Channel 10 camera between 8:35 and about 8:45. We're looking for Drury. Coming in that direction towards the camera. There. That's it. 9:14. There's no contact at all there, is there? Come in, please. Right-hand screen. Remains a couple of metres away. No contact at all. It's not that I don't believe you. I can't believe you because it's not true. It's quite simple. Photographic evidence. We can go to court if we need to. Come back round. Close the door for me. Hi, it's Mr. Goddard. Hi, I've got young Carmelita with me. Just going through, obviously she's made an accusation against a member of staff this morning, so I've just been through that with her. We've just reviewed it on CCTV footage. We've got the whole incident. Mr. Drew wasn't within arm's reach of her at any time. No problem. I took her seriously, and please ask her. I took her seriously. I take all accusations like that seriously. I've looked at the camera. I've looked at the cameras all the way around. Followed it around. There was no contact at all. Yeah. Obviously, she needs to come home, and we'll see her in January. Sorry. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye. Bye.
Why was I lying about someone touching me?
There was no contact, Carmelita. He hasn't assaulted you in any way. You made a false accusation against a member of staff. Well, that's what your mum. Well, that's what your mum said. So that's all I can deal with. Your mum's your adult. The mum's the adult in this situation. She will only react to what you say. Now, you can try and deflect from the fact that your behaviour is unacceptable by making accusations against staff. However, I will always look at them seriously because my job is to keep you safe. I do feel I keep you safe, and actually the unsafe person is you. Your behaviour is unsafe because if you make accusations against staff, their futures are on the line. Their mortgages, their houses, their families. And I don't accept that that can ever happen. And I'm disgusted. You try and ruin somebody's life by doing that, Carmelita. It's not good enough. Go home. Don't want to see you till January.
So I'm not coming back for the rest of the year.
That's exactly what I just said.
Oh my God, what a morning.
I'm just going to sort out your tie, yeah, crest below the knot, yeah. The head teacher peanutted you there, there you go. Morning, ladies. Afternoon, I mean. You all right, Luke?
Right.
Gosh, it's hot in here, isn't it?
Cameron Baker, you've done your time, you can go now.
Here you go.
No, you were doing half an hour, you can go. Cameron, if I were you, just get up and go. You've actually got 5 more minutes to do, OK? But you know something? I just need to talk to Mr Goddard. If you want, Cameron, you can come back and do it later. Do you want to come back and do it later?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir. Cameron, do you get the point of what I said to you yesterday?
Yes.
Are you sorry?
Yes.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Cam.
Following an allegation against Mr Drew, head teacher Mr Goddard has spoken to the pupil's mum.
I phoned her up and said, just to let you know, I've taken Carmelita's accusation of assault by Mr Drew very seriously. I've spoken to her, I've taken a statement, I've reviewed the footage on CCTV, and unfortunately your daughter's lying.
Well, fortunately.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate, thanks.
Unfortunately for her.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us.
you doing?
Pushing her. Well, it's funny because it came from grabbing her, through to pushing her, through to, yeah, he did that as I went past. And I was like, OK.
It is a worry that there is always the potential that some malicious allegation is going to cause problems. But then that can happen to anyone. People lie. You know, children lie, adults lie, people lie. And if you spend your entire life saying, I'm never going to put myself in a situation where someone can lie about me, then you're not going to do anything. So I'm not going to blame Carmelita for that. She does the wrong thing, fine, we move on, she makes her apology eventually. At the end of the day, she will finish with 8 GCSEs. We will be on our knees and need to sleep for the whole of August as a result, but she'll have passed it all. I was almost delirious today. I couldn't be cross, I couldn't be angry, I couldn't be anything. You know what Joe Els did yesterday? Which face it, he killed me at the end of the day. Obviously, period 5 I had to go and teach. And about 15 minutes later, turns up in, I'm not sure who's, Bex Conway or Anna Ferdinando's lesson with one of those plastic cups. What's he got in it? That'd be some of my smoothie out of the fridge. I knew you'd bloody laugh. I was absolutely outraged. Honestly, Vic, I was... tell you what, of all the things that's happened in the last 2 days, that's pissed me off more than anything, that has. Absolutely pissed me off more than anything. That really did me. That did.
Steve is just, what he does amazes me at times, his work ethic, his passion, his willingness to be kicked and get up again. It's something that you can't really measure. He's remarkable. Right, Nat, who's this for? Oh, yeah.
Oh, what luck.
It's the final senior team meeting before Christmas.
It might be a personal good idea.
Good idea, mate. What have you got?
Wash and wax.
Oh, excellent.
And a chamois leather.
Is that what you asked for?
Yeah.
It's hardly secret, girls, is it? It's hardly a secret, Santa, is it?
Thanks, love.
Someone's laughing already. This is not a good sign. Oh, yes!
What is it? I can't see.
It's a designer beaver.
A designer beaver.
These people run a school! These people run a school!
Read a bit of that. Can't see the soul, take all the rivers of gold, but the wind runs right through you, there's a place for the old. Goes into the hand on a cold Christmas Eve. You promised me Broadway was waiting for me.
I think one of the things that I believe about our school is that it is a happy place. It is a place where people come. It is a place where I think young people can feel safe, can feel trusted, can feel believed. And I think it's a school where we are prepared to do anything, to go to the next level and the next level and the next level again in terms of what needs to be done. I like young people. I find them interesting, I find them exciting, I find them invigorating. I just think it's so grotesquely hypocritical of adults in the modern age to say that young people today are worse. They're not worse. They are a product of what we as a society create, and they have less opportunity to be children. So yes, it's hard work, but why is hard work a bad thing? Hard work is surely what makes people better. So yeah, it's hard work, but okay, good. Thank you, I like hard work.